guys, welcome to Sew Bliss. Today I'm going to show you the third video in the three-part series on how to make 3 different hats. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fleece hat. Now the supplies that you're going to need are, first you're going to need some fleece fabric, and make sure that the stretch is going to go around the head when you cut it out. Then you're going to need some paper to cut out your pattern, and then all your basic sewing supplies. So let's get started. Now our first step is going to be making the pattern pieces. So here I have my 2 cut out already, and how I did this was I found the circumference of the person's head that this hat's going to be for, and it was around 16 inches. So what I did, because the fleece is so stretchy, you don't want to do it the size of their head. You want to do it a little bit smaller and account for the seam allowance. So for mine, I did 14 inches long because mine is really stretchy, and then I did 8 inches wide. And you can determine how tall you want that based on the height of the person's head and then how much fringe you want at the top. Now along with that, to make the band at the bottom, I did a 4-inch wide, 14-inch long strip, and then that'll end up being folded in half, just like that, and it'll actually be a 2-inch wide strip just at the bottom right here. So now I'm ready to cut out my fabric. Now once you have both pieces of fabric cut out, you're then going to take both pieces and fold them in half, hamburger style, and that's right sides together. And I'm going to sew right down along this side. And I'm going to do the same thing with this long piece. I'm going to fold it in half and sew right down along this edge. Now when you go to sew these 2 pieces, I'm going to be using my serger, but if you don't have a serger, you can use a sewing machine. Just make sure to use a stretch stitch or a zigzag stitch. That'll help it so that the threads will stretch as your hat stretches, and they won't pop when the hat stretches. Now once you're done sewing, I then flipped both pieces right sides out, and then with the skinny tube, I actually folded it in half so we have the raw edges meeting on the sides. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tube and I'm actually going to put it inside the bigger piece, and I'm going to match up all the raw edges. So just like this. Now once all those raw edges are matching up, I'm then going to take it over to my sewing machine and sew all the way around this. Now when you're done sewing those 2 pieces together, you might think it looks funny because the seam is on the outside, but we actually want it like that, so that way when you turn this up, that seam is completely concealed and it's not going to irritate the baby's skin on the inside. It's hidden in this flap. Now we're ready to create our fringe. So what I'm going to do is from this top part, I'm actually going to cut down 3 inches because that's what I accounted for. I made mine 8 inches long and about 5 inches for the baby's head to fit in. I'm going to cut down 3 inches, and I'm going to make my pieces about a 1/2 inch wide. Now once you've cut your fringe, your hat should look something like this. And next I'm just going to take a piece of scrap fabric and I'm going to bunch all of this together right where I ended the cut, and I'm going to tie this around it and tie it in a knot. Here you can see my knot tied, and here are my excess strings. You can cut those shorter if you would like, but mine actually blend right in with the poof. So I'm just going to leave them. Now after you have tied off the fringe, you are all done with your hat. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out the other 2 videos in this series on how to make a beanie and how to make a knot hat. Also, make sure to hit the like button and to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!